Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapin.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, we're standing downtown Vancouver on Hornby and Pender, a very busy street.
And it's a nice sunny day in March, Lita. I'm glad to see that.
Yes.
We are going to head after the introduction of the show. We're going to head to a place that we have not filmed in since February of 2020, right before you know what.
Yes, we're going to Bodega on Main, one of our favorite places with some of our favorite people.
Well, they are great people. We're going to check out some great food at this wonderful location. We're going to check out some wine. And Lita, you're going to kick things off with cocktails.
Yes.
That's all coming. Bodega Spotlight after you watch this.
Well, we are at the bar now at Bodega. I'm joined by Daniel, who is the head bartender as well as the head sommelier here at Bodega. And you have some amazing cocktails on your cocktail program. Let's get right into this, Daniel, and talk about the little bit of Spanish style you give to your cocktails.
Hola, Lita. Welcome to Bodega.
Thank you.
The first cocktail that we had today is called Don Pablo. So Don Pablo is a version of the Manhattan. So we just use rum, vermouth, and sherry.
Oh, yum.
So we use the first rum. The first ingredient was rum Zacapa. It's a Zacapa 23 years old, aged in Solera system. Then we had the vermouth. It's called La Copa vermouth. It's a red vermouth from Spain, really good, pretty sweet. And then we had the El Maestro Sierra Oloroso. That gives the special flavor of this cocktail, like the yeasty flavor profile from this Manhattan.
And what was the name of that again?
It's called Don Pablo. Don Pablo is after Paul Rivas, is the owner Bodega. So Pablo means Paul in Spanish. So
nice. Okay, let's jump right into this one.
Okay, in the second one we had, it's called Madrid Sour. So Madrid Sour is a version of the Amaretto and Whiskey Sour. We use whiskey, the whiskey we use here is Shelter Point. It's from BC, it's a local business. And then we use Licor 43, which is orange liqueur from Spain. It's very delicate and sweet. And then we use this Arono in there. So in this case, the difference with the typical Madrid whiskey sour or Amaretto sour, we don't use any syrup in there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We only use the egg white, the lemon juice, and all the liqueur. So the Licor 43 gives the flavor. And yeah, it's a little smoky. But it's fun to drink.
Oh.
It's different texture, but yes.
Sounds delicious. Now let's end quickly on, there's a lot of great beers you have here at Bodega as well, including this Spanish one. Tell us what that one is.
Yeah, this is it's called Alhambra. So it's one of the few Spanish beers that you can find in BC.
Perfect.
But it's a great beer. It's a lager, but it's a double malt, so it's a little more like malty texture. It's a little darker, so it's a great beer to share with the people or just to combine with any of the dishes that we have here.
Great selection you have here. Thanks, Daniel, and we're going to talk a little bit about wine as well coming up.
Okay, Lita. Bye.
Bye.
Well, from cocktails to wine here at Bodega, I'm joined by Sophia, a sommelier and server here. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, yeah.
I love the fact that every time I come here, I get turned on to a new Spanish wine, because I must admit, it's one of the few countries in Europe where I don't really know a lot about their wine, but everything is always great. So tell us a bit about the Spanish wine program here.
Well, Danny runs it. He picks out excellent bottles that can definitely be harder to find. We've got Cava, white, red, and rosé, medium to full body. Really great picks.
Very nice. Okay, let's talk about this first one, which is a red that's right in front of me.
Yeah, so this is the Solinera. It's a blend of Monastrell, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Garnacha.
Okay.
It's aged for 10 months in oak. It's got really beautiful red fruit, smoke, and a bit of richness with bright and fresh acidity. It pairs really well with all of our red meats.
I was going to ask you that, what it pairs well with. This white, I'm going to try as you're speaking about it.
For
so
sure.
tell us, what is this white we've got here?
It's the Barco. It's a Verdejo. It comes from Castilla y León. It's really, really delicious, really fresh acidity, lots of citrus zest, orchard fruit, and a bit of minerality. It complements our seafood really nicely.
Can you put that with a paella? No?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe our squid ink.
Okay. You've got another one here as well that we haven't opened, but you said, Jim, I want to be able to mention this one
For
as
sure.
well. So
This is the La Montesa. It's one of my favorites. It's old vine garnacha, so super premium, really, really light in its body, lots of red fruit, a bit of herbs and sort of baking spice. It won't overpower any of the poultry or seafood in the paella mixta, so it's really versatile.
Well, we are now diving into the amazing food offered here at Bodega on Main. We're joined by Hector, who is the general manager here. I have to say he's the big shot, as Jim
we'll
calls
call him
it.
Big Shot, one of the big shots here. Yeah, he's GM, but we call him Big Shot.
Yeah, but you're also really part of the family here.
I am. I consider myself part of the family. I've been in the restaurant working for bodegas 20 plus something years. Like I basically consider myself part of the furniture.
Yeah,
Some people say.
more part of the family, and it's one of the reasons so many people keep coming back, because you really are that welcoming person that we expect to see here when we come.
Well, it's wonderful to hear. It's wonderful to have, to being able to establish this great clientele of ours that keep coming throughout the years, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, no, speaking of coming through the years, talk about your perspective of the history of Bodega.
Well, a family-owned restaurant started back in 1971, carries on the tradition of family recipes, from different parts of Spain. As you can see, what we have here are signature dishes at paellas, which are wonderful.
Yeah, that haven't changed.
They have not changed throughout the years. They're here.
It's wonderful.
Let's start with the paella. Let's go up to the one that you actually first served this to me, and you said, Jim, this is, I think, one you'll really enjoy. And this is, we call it the gentleman's paella.
That is correct.
Not because I'm a gentleman, but because it's easy to prepare and eat. So talk about this first one.
That
here,
is
Hector,
correct.
please.
This is a seafood paella, and this is called paella señoret. And basically, it's a paella that everything has been out of the shelf. So basically, it's assortment of seafoods cooked with a beautiful rice, seafood stock. Absolutely incredible, especially when you don't want to get your hands dirty.
Oh, that would be Jim completely.
So it is a gentleman's paella.
You guys peg me, okay?
Yeah.
Well, and one of my favorites is this one. I know that we had picked this up all through the pandemic, because when you guys were able to offer food, but we couldn't come in and dine.
The paella negra is beautiful. It's actually made with seafoods and the squid ink, and that gives it that very unique color. It's an acquired taste, but I have to say it's one of my favorite paellas as well that we serve.
It's fantastic.
This is your vegetarian, which offers people that don't want meat, fish,
Correct.
anything like that, yeah?
Actually, this came about basically because of that reason. So many people nowadays have restrictions in terms of eating, so we came up with our paella jardinera, which is basically a vegetarian paella that caters to vegetarians, vegans. It's incredible again.
And still incredible taste. I've had that one, and
Yes.
it's delicious. And your bestseller.
That's our paella mixta. That's our #1 seller. Basically, it's a paella that has the seafood, it has chicken, it has chorizo. It's probably, to me, it's delicious on its own, specifically because all the shells have been cooked with the stock, so the rice is able to impregnate on every single flavor. So it's very good, delicious.
I've had everything on this.
Hey, we should mention too for our viewers, maybe a few other items that you offer here that are not paella.
We've got 50-something tapas in our menu. It ranges from our classic patatas bravas, which are incredible. Our #1 seller, by the way. Of all the tapas that we said, patatas bravas are the #1 with our little secret sauce that we have. And we also have beef tongue on the menu, which not many restaurants offer, but we do. We've got garlic prawns, we've got lamb chops, we have our shore ribs, so an incredible variety of tapas.
Super fun place to come with a group of friends, which you know I always do. And well, we share, but sometimes we just get something for ourselves too.
It is a perfect place to share with people. That's basically the entire concept of tapas.
It is great to work with you again, sir. As we said to you off camera, 4 years ago we were here, so it's great to get back to Bodega on Main. We're going to come back and wrap things up at this wonderful restaurant at the end of the show. This act of kindness segment is sponsored by the folks at the Creek House in the heart of Granville Island. They encourage you to open up your heart and reach out and help someone in need.
Well, I can't believe I'm sitting here in high school with my dear co-host Jim Gordon, but we're at John Oliver Secondary School, one of the oldest schools in Vancouver. A great history here. But we are here with this gentleman, good friend, Dave McCann, for a very specific reason, and you need to tell us that reason.
We're going to hold an art fair here on March the 9th and the 10th, which is Saturday and Sunday, which is just a couple of weeks away. And we have a truckload of incredible art, some of it you see here. We did it once before at Sir Charles Tupper and raised $136,000 to support some programs then. And this time we're going to be raising money to help feed hungry kids. And I think this school is to be congratulated on their leadership. This is the first art fair we'll be holding in a number of schools around the province. Wow. And I want to thank the principal and the students here for doing this.
We should mention too, you alluded to the artwork that's behind us. We don't joke about this, but one of the things that you become known as is you're the guy in the Lower Mainland or in this province that someone will call you and go, I got this.
This was actually a
pick it up, or it's going into the trash, which is sad.
This was a tractor trailer load, 27 pallets, piled 7 feet high of art, and this is the last of it. We've shipped it to Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Ontario, all across BC, and I'm amazed that there's still some of it left.
Yeah.
The quality is superb. But someone just gave me a 6-car garage and a 2-car garage and 14 pallet loads of art and said, here, it's all yours. And those 2 little art prints you see there are just 2 of probably 500,000 art prints that I have.
But yeah, because I bring it up only that it's going to the trash, the dump, but you're taking it off their hands, and they say you can have it, but do it. You got to pick it up, pay for all that, but you're using it to do what part of what we're
It is random acts of kindness, which we have sat down with you before, and this particular one you like to call the Power of One.
Call this a Power of One because one lady wandered into my office about something else, and I was telling her I was going to be looking at using this art there. And Samantha Anderson, one lady, said, I'm going to get my school with 1,000 students and probably a couple of hundred staff involved. And within a day or two, she had me in the principal's office.
Which is where we are now, of course, and we're going to have Samantha coming up in just a few seconds. Hey, we want to wrap up some good news on top of some good news. You've got a recent an agreement you made from somebody in the mining industry that's going to help out here as well.
Chris Kern, who is a gentleman in the mining industry I've known for a long time, took me to lunch, and over lunch he gave me a check for $1,000 for this campaign. And he said, as soon as we get to $500,000, and we're approaching that figure, he will then go to a number of fairly wealthy individuals and ask them to donate stock up to $250,000.
Wow.
It just makes me want to cry.
Oh, you're just this wonderful, wonderful campaign to feed hungry children, and we salute you for
Thank you
for taking this on.
Thanks for your support.
We're proud to be a part of this. We're going to talk more about this. Don't forget Art Fair here, John Oliver, the 9th and the 10th of March. Come out, support Dave, the school, and feed hungry kids. Well, David is still with us. We've had some new guests joining us. We're actually in the office of one of our guests. It's Principal Brett Sheeman. Brett, I mentioned earlier, I'm a little nervous being in a principal's office so many decades after I left high school. It never leaves you. Also, a wonderful person, Samantha Anderson, who is the PAC chair. We'll tell you more about what that means coming up a little bit. David, let's talk about these 2 people and how important they are to what's coming up, as we mentioned, March 9th and 10th.
It started with Samantha Anderson. She came to my office we were talking about something else. I just casually mentioned I was trying to raise $1 million to feed hungry kids. She instantly grasped the idea. She said, we can do an art fair at my school, I think. She immediately came and talked to the principal, and a day or two later, I was in the principal's office.
Brent, what's good too is the kids. The kids are helping kids. This is great. Talk about that. Your students here that are diving in headfirst, enthusiastic.
For sure. We have a lot of kids that just want to provide service, do leadership. A lot of our programs focus on that, and giving them opportunity to do a lot of leadership that they sometimes do outside in the community. Right here in our gym, it makes it a lot easier for us to help them get to that point. And they actually they love doing it. They love helping out other kids, and knowing that it's going to the school is even better. So
you should mention that too, that it's helping so many schools, including your own. Samantha, PAC chair, different name when I was a kid, but still important in this equation.
So it's the PAC is the Parent Advisory Committee. So it's what used to be the PTA, so this was a great opportunity. And I'd been speaking to David about this, and he'd mentioned they'd done something similar in another school. So I thought, well, this would be great. We're really lucky that the PAC and the school and the whole community at John Oliver is really close. And really supportive, and thought that this would be just a great thing to do, and a great way not only to help our own students, but also to help other students in other schools.
And David, as you've said many times, the running thread through these series of segments we do is paying it forward.
It's the reason why I do it. It's an opportunity to show the kids that by doing something they can help not only some of their classmates, but they can help people around the province. I mean, the money is going a third to this school for their meals program. A third will go to A Loving Spoonful to provide frozen meals to various schools in the Vancouver district, and a third will go to the Vancouver Sons Adopt a School program, and that goes around the province. Every school in the province and they raise millions every year.
Brent, more information. Where can people find out more information?
So we'll have information up on our John Oliver Secondary School website. We've got lots of areas for people if you want to drive to the school on that day, on the March 9th and 10th. We have a big parking lot right outside the gym. We have bus stops real close. Fraser Street's right there for you to do other tasks if you want, and just drop by for a little bit of time, see what's here, and go home with some wonderful prints.
This Act of Kindness segment was sponsored by the folks at the Creek House in the heart of Granville Island. They encourage you to open up your heart and reach out and help someone in need. This segment is sponsored by Bosa Foods, with 2 locations to serve you. Bosa Foods, authentic Italian.
Well, we do know that Italians take things very seriously, especially when it comes to food. Chocolate, definitely, and Easter eggs are certainly no exception. I'm here with Rita, who is our expert. Got that, Jim? Rita, you've been with the Bosa family company for 40 years, so you certainly have some experience with not only all the great food they have, but Easter traditions.
Yes. Easter is one of many Italian traditions, and I've been with them for 40 years, and they've always had these beautiful Easter eggs that they come in the beautiful wrapping, different colors for boys, girls, and you can reuse the paper after you open them up. You can always use the paper if you want to wrap up gifts. Yeah.
And you have, through the years, carried on this tradition with your family, not only you getting the eggs, your kids, your grandkids.
That's
now.
correct. We've always had Easter eggs in our family, and then I've always passed it on with my children, and now I do it with my grandkids. They look forward to receive their egg.
Oh, well, I guess so. Look how beautiful these are, and big eggs. I remember I used to get little ones.
Yeah, they come in, there's I think 6 sizes they come in. We sell them, and then also we have another company, Oliva, that they make these colorful eggs. And if you don't like the chocolate, they always have the candies you can get.
Yeah.
And they come in the, different sizes. And also this little egg there too.
Oh, so many choices here at Bosa for Easter and celebrating Easter because in Italy, it's very, very serious holiday.
There's a city in Italy, Toscana. They have a competition there every year where they make who can make the largest egg. And I think they had a record where they made one that was 34 feet and it weighed 7,200 kilos. So you can imagine how much chocolate went into that.
That's a lot of chocolate. As we said, the Italians do take their food and their chocolate very seriously. Easter is an amazing holiday. Now we are going to actually open up one of these beautiful eggs.
We have one right here that we're going to open it up, and inside they are hollow, and there's always a little gift, and kids, they look forward to that.
That's fantastic. There we go, yay!
And this is a beautiful wrapper it comes with.
Oh my God, oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
And then we're going to break it.
Cup. Okay, all right.
I'm going to break it.
Yeah, let's do.
And there we go. And the little surprise is right inside.
Oh, that's for me. Look at that. Oh, super cute.
It comes in different flavors. You can get a milk chocolate and also a fondant, a dark chocolate. And if the kids don't eat it up, you can always use it for baking.
Not a chance. Okay, well, I have to try. I'm going to try a little piece of this, Rita.
Me too.
Oh, that's
I'll join you.
That's delicious chocolate.
Actually, it's good.
And one of the hazelnut creams.
Was it good?
Wow.
It's really good.
Okay, so many choices here at Bosa for Easter. Pardon us as we dig into the chocolate.
Well, from chocolates to something else is very popular here at Bosa. I'm joined by Cinzia, who was on the show last summer at the Victoria Drive location. We talked about the panettone at Christmas as a very popular gift idea. Easter now, what is the Easter version called? And let's talk about that.
So our Easter version, which is similar to our Christmas panettone, is called the Colomba Pasquale. So it's a sweetbread, very similar, like I said, to the panettone, only it's shaped in the form of a dove, as you can see, and dove is colomba in Italian. And it represents, it's a symbol of peace and love.
Very nice. Well, let's tell our viewers about what they're going to sample. What would they enjoy? What is it all about?
So the traditional one used to be with sugar, it's still, with pearls, sugar pearls and almonds. And now it has changed, of course, and we've got a lot more flavors. So we've got a limoncello one, we've got pistachio, we have peach and chocolate.
I was going to say, that's the chocolate behind there, yeah?
That's correct.
Very nice. And obviously they're serving it morning, noon, and night. It's the desserts, Sunday after Mass.
Exactly. So it's good. We're going to have to try a piece.
Yes, please. I'm not going to fight you on that one.
You can serve this for breakfast, or it's great for dessert, and you can always put some whipping cream on top of them too, or you can have it with jams as well. With the traditional ones. This one, though, is the limoncello.
This is the limoncello one.
I have to tell you, though, that they said bringing this to someone's house and eating this brings you luck and peace to the family.
Okay, well, I could use a bit of both of that. All right.
What do you think?
Oh, it's delicious. Oh.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. We were talking chocolates earlier. We should mention the gift basket idea as a gift to bring to family.
Yes.
Which also has some of the chocolate in there. Tell our viewers about that.
We have a lot of Easter baskets, different sizes available with our Easter eggs in them. And the Colomba for Easter as well, which are beautiful gifts as well. But make sure to come down early because they sell out. So get down here.
Yeah, we should say at Christmas we were talking about the panettone. You sell out very quickly. You've got a loyal fan base and shopping base that comes in here.
We do.
I'm going to have more of this, Cinzia. Thanks very much.
Exactly, and it brings love and joy and peace.
Excellent.
So come down and get it.
This segment was sponsored by Bosa Foods, with 2 locations to serve you. Bosa Foods, authentic Italian. Closed captioning and other promotional considerations provided by Hamilton High Street Senior Residence, Richmond's newest senior living community.
Well, back here where we began the show at Bodega on Main, joining us now is co-owner Natalie with a glass of red wine in front of her. Lita's got her cocktail, I've got the Spanish beer.
Natalie, so great to be with you again. And for some of our viewers who haven't seen you on our show, although you've been on the show a lot, tell us a little bit of the history of Bodega on Main.
Okay, well, we opened here on Main Street September 2015, so a few years ago now. Carrying on our dad's legacy. He had the original La Bodega with his business partner on Howe Street from 1971 until 2014 when they closed. The block was bought by a developer and they've built high-rise condos there.
What a shock.
I know. So we reopened here, a version of, a little different, but a lot of the same in 2015.
Yeah, and you've kept a lot of the same menu items, which people were like applauding for, as well as the atmosphere, you know, and plus with Hector, you know, heading up the helm there.
We did. We have a lot of staff that came with us, which was wonderful, as well as we tried to keep some of the accents, like the chandeliers, the red leather booths. A lot of that was a nod to the old place, and some of it actually from the old place.
Wonderful.
You mentioned too, actually, I must admit, I'm here, I love your happy hour.
Well,
You've got a great
thank
happy
you.
hour, but you also are open for lunch as well, yeah?
We are. We're open 7 days a week, starting at 11 a.m. The regular menu's offered for lunch daily, and in addition to that menu, on Saturdays and Sundays, we do have our brunch menu from 11 to 3.
Delicious, and you also have great event space downstairs. So many good theme parties. Keep your eye on the website because some of the
Thank
greatest
you.
theme parties in the city, I have to
We
say.
do like to celebrate from time to time.
Yes, it's always the
Come check this
celebration.
great place out on Main Street, Bodega on Main. And boy, time does fly. It's good to be back here. It's been 4 years since we filmed here, so it's been wonderful to see you and the whole team again.
Always great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Let's have a cheers as we say goodbye. I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leapins.
We'll see you on the next edition of Our City Tonight. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Jim.
Cheers.
Got that.
Don't forget to check out past episodes and individual interviews, all on the Our City Tonight YouTube channel. The Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online. While in Whistler, Our City Tonight stayed at the Blackcomb Lodge, serving guests in the heart of the village since 1980.